All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, end of the week. Not seeing any initial setups yet this morning. We'll briefly take a look at what we're going to be trading. We had that big report this morning on farm payrolls. Yeah, non-farm payrolls were up quite a bit. That's why we're seeing such a big jump here on some of these currencies. Definitely adding to some early volatility. All right, so once again, what I'm going to be following this morning, we're going to be looking at RTY, which is going to be our mini Russell NQ, which is going to be the mini NASDAQ, GC for gold, NG for natural gas, and Euro US and US yen for our currencies. On the stock side, we're going to be looking at Tesla and Apple. Also be following FANG, F-A-N-G, and LNTH. LNTH. Possible short coming up on the Euro US. Going to watch this. You get these double arrows, a real strong little setup pattern. Once again, everything that I'm doing here is based off of what I call behavioral patterns. It's a stacking of different types of patterns that I look at in order to give me not only entry but also a direction of entry, right? And then on the I'm going to be using that mainly for the currencies, and then on the stocks and on the commodities and the indices, I'll be using a combination of what I call Einstein along with our patterns. And then what Einstein does, it gives me a specific entry point, but more importantly, a target, a profit target, and a reversal point. So if I don't hit my profit target, I need to reverse. We'll go ahead and we'll reverse, and then that will provide us with a new target. Reversals happen somewhere between 25 to 20% of the time. So overall, the odds are pretty high that we're going to hit our target first. And so, just as a reminder, I say trading is nothing but a game of probabilities, right? So you want to make sure we're using the right tools to at least put those probabilities in our favor. Then the rest is going to be based on your skill. So how good of a trader you become depends on how much time you put into it, right? So you can't compare yourself to somebody that's been trading for 20, 30, 40 years. What you need to do is get a hold of these tools, trade them, and or even just watch them and see if it's something you think is going to work for you. Because everybody has a different skill level, right? So you can put a saw in the hands of a carpenter and he'll go out and build a house. Or you can put a saw in the hands of somebody that's never touched a saw in their life and they can't build anything. So most people come around and blame it on the saw. It's not the saw, it's the problem. It's a trader, so don't think that anybody's going to give you a particular tool that you're going to be able to go out and all of a sudden start making thousands and thousands of dollars, folks. It doesn't exist. There are some good tools out here. Some tools are better than others. I feel mine are much better because I do know what the probability of these tools being successful. They have worked for a long, long period of time. And then it's just a matter of using those tools and practicing until you become proficient with these tools. So that's the name of the game. I am watching Euro US, possible short coming up on this double carrot. It's going to put me at a 67.0167 short. $167 short on the Euro US. Nothing going on in the currencies besides Euro. Nothing on indices. Indices coming down pretty strong here. Everything's down pretty much. Down on our stocks. Yeah, I saw that, and it's interesting because we had a very strong jobs number come out, and unemployment was down. So you would think that that would push the stock market higher, right? Well, right now, these indices are down pretty good. So I'm expecting a lower opening. So, you can't always... That's the problem with fundamentals or the news, is that you don't ever know whether that information is already factored into the market or not. So even on positive news, the market can go down, as we're seeing this morning. So fundamentals are just not reliable. They give you an idea, but you certainly can't rely on that, because many times whatever's reported in the news, the market's going to end up doing, in most cases, just the opposite. So if you hear something positive on the news, I don't suggest watching news. I don't watch any news, but let's just say somebody's pushing a particular stock and all these great reasons why it should go up. In most cases, it's going to be a good selling opportunity. So that's just the way the markets work. A lot of this stuff is already factored into the market. So what happens is, like, you get positive news, the public, the uneducated, usually traders, come in that haven't been trading for a long period of time because their particular method tells them to buy, and then what happens? They get wiped out because the market did just the opposite of what they heard or what they thought was going to happen based on some sort of fundamental news. The key is watching price. Price action is really the key. Prices are going down, they're going down. I mean, you can't sit here, well, it should be going up. Well, we had positive news, it should be going up. Well, it's not going up, and if you trade off for shoulds, then you can lose money. All right, so still nothing, just waiting for a setup here. Still short the euro at 60 to 67. We're sitting right here at 67 right now. We're sitting at 66 point, 60, it's starting to come back down. 65 and a half. So it came up high enough to hit 67, and now we're starting to work lower here, 64 and a half. Going to be getting out of this in about 30 seconds on the short trade. So when you're following me or anybody else, particularly during these live streams, whether it's myself or some other trader, the key is to ask yourself, is it something you think that you can use? Is this a tool that you think that you can use with your trading? Will these tools help you become more of a successful trader? Not how successful they are, because it doesn't mean anything to you. I mean, if you watching somebody that's been trading for 20 years, no way you're going to be able to be as successful as somebody who's been trading for 20 years if you've only been trading for, you know, 1 or 2 years. The question is the tools that this person using, is this something you can incorporate into your own trading? And does it fit your personality? You know, are you going to be the type of trader that, and you've seen them on the internet, well, they make a lot of money, but, you know, can you trade that way? Can you trade that quickly? Do you have access to, you know, the right platforms and whoever you're trading through? Do they have quick executions? Are they going to give you good fills? Can you sit in front of the screen and do that? Can you trade with large quantities of money? You see these guys make a lot of money, but you got to remember, they're trading with a $500,000 to $1 million account. So you watch them make $1,000 a day and you think, oh God, I'm going to do that. Well, do you have a $500,000 account to trade with? Most people don't. So the key is to watch, see if you can utilize your tools, and then if it's something you think you can use, then jump on, and that includes my tools as well. So that's the idea, is we're demonstrating the effectiveness of my tools. Is it something you think you can use? Do you like this style of trading? Some trading is too fast for some, and for some it's too slow. So it all depends on your style of trading. Okay, so we're out of the Euro US, and that was a nice little winning trade. And I don't have any setups yet. I mean, I'll be looking for some buying opportunities here on these indices. See if we can get a bounce on some of these stocks. Don't have anything on the US yen. Gold's just going down too. Nothing. Gold's going to follow your Dow, so watch that. Okay, we are getting a buy. We are coming up. Yeah, we're going to trigger a buy here on this natural gas, which is NG. Target on this gas, I'm going to look for a profit target of 80.95, 8095. That is going to be my profit target. Right now we're at 8025. And if I need to reverse and go short, I'm going to reverse and go short at 79.45. 7945. Yeah, imagine being wrong. Okay, on our early morning stock scan, we're seeing Not much. We're seeing a 57% probability of coming down today. Not a huge amount of stocks that have set up for shorts compared to buys. And when we do these scans, we have several patterns, HF 1, 2, and 3, that we look at. And we scan them against all the stocks, 12,000 different stocks. And we look for those that are set up for buys or shorts. And if we tend to see more shorts, typically means it's going to be a down day. And if we see more buys coming up, it typically indicates that the overall market's going to be up for the day. Right now, we're seeing slightly down. Let me look at the S&P 500. We also look at the individual stocks for the, so like on the S&P 500, we do look at just those 500 stocks. Wow. I don't know if I've seen that before. Exactly 50-50. All right, so slight bites to the downside today, so we'll see how that goes. Once again, it's just a map. It's just giving us some idea of possible weakness in the market. We're seeing that right now. All right, the only thing I have on is this natural gas, target 80.95. Yeah, that's true. The guys that sell indicators have 0 losing days. That's true. Well, I'm not going to mislead anybody. You also see these guys that post all these big returns, right? You think you're going to go out and do that, and it's just, it's kind of misleading in a sense, because one person's success doesn't mean you're going to be successful, right? So, like I said, I compare trading to putting a really good high quality saw into somebody's hands, and somebody says, well, let me see what tool you're making. Wow, you built that beautiful house with that saw. Great, I want that tool because I want to go out and build a beautiful house. So people are always looking at the wrong, they're looking at the wrong thing, okay? You got to consider who you put in the tool, you know, well, how much experience does that person have? And sometimes even somebody with a lot of experience may not be good at using a saw. You may have a great carpenter, but all he's ever used is a hammer. So that doesn't make him, he doesn't mean he's not a good carpenter. He's never used a saw before, right? He's used hammer. So, you know, the big key is that look at the tools, and that's the purpose of what I do. That's different from most, is I do live demonstration. I say, okay, are these setups, patterns, is this something you think that you can use in your trading and make money with? It's that simple. It doesn't matter if, you know, your friend is using it and making a lot of money. Doesn't mean you're going to make any money. And even if he loses money, doesn't mean you can't make money. Once again, it's, does the tool fit your style of trading? And after watching it live, do you feel it's something you think that you can use? That's the best that anybody can do for you. Don't be lured into all these big number returns, or somebody that's been trading for 20 years, making a lot of money. You also have to remember, these guys, when you've been trading that long, usually you have a pretty good size account, all right? So most people are lucky if they start with $500 to $1,000, all right? These guys, I promise you, are trading accounts are at least $500,000 and up. So on a percentage basis, you know, they're trading 100,000. Let's say they're trading a $100,000 account, right? They make $1,000. Well, that's what, 1%. If you're trading $1,000 account, you make 1,000. That's 100%. So is that realistic? You're going to be able to make $1,000 on a $1,000 account? I mean, you really got to think about what you're doing as traders, and it's particularly most new traders get sucked into that, and you know, they go out and they buy all these indicators and promises of getting rich, like what they're showing on the screen, and they end up losing money. So my idea was to say, you know what, I'm going to demonstrate my tools live. You can watch them. Is this something you think that you can adapt into your trading? And if it is, great. And if it's not, it's just not. I mean, that's the reality of trading, folks. I'm not going to promise anybody they're going to make any money because most traders lose money. Most traders, and I did a really good video several years ago, and it's in my YouTube channel talking about most people couldn't make money on a system that, let's say, it was 98% accurate, which doesn't exist. But let's just say there was one. I promise you the majority, at least 99% of the people would lose money on a, quote, system or method that had a 98% winning streak. Because they're going to have losses. And the law of large numbers says it doesn't mean you can only have 2 losses for every 10 trades. You can have 4 losses, all right, out of the gate. Right? You can have 4 losses, but in 20 trades. But I promise you, after most people have 2 losses in a row, they're throwing in the towel. You know, they're not going to keep trading, making the other 20 trades. As soon as they have 2 or 3 losses, they're throwing in the towel. And then they see all the winning trades coming in, they jump in, and they take all the losing trades again. Then at the end of the year, they say, "Wow, this thing was 98% accurate. How did I end up losing money?" So let's be realistic on when we look at, and that's the other thing. I want to educate people on what is realistic. Don't get sucked into the fact that, you know, yes, it's great to have probabilities in your favor. Once again, that's just, we're putting probabilities in your favor, all right? That's obviously a big step in the right direction. But even that doesn't guarantee success in trading. So I like to be a straight shooter, and that's kind of what we're hopefully demonstrating here, is that the tools that I have, I do know that work. And that's the best you can ask from anybody. Is let's see how they do live, right? Show me your tools. How are they doing live? And is it something that you can use? Anyway, it's pretty quiet. I'm just sitting here along natural gas, not seeing anything on the indices, still coming down. They get a pretty good opening on the downside here on this Dow. Dow's going to open up here in about another 8 minutes. I'm not seeing anything on the stocks. Most of these stocks came in short this morning, or coming in short pre-market, so. All right, only able to get one trade off, that Euro US short. And that double carrot short over here. Nothing, still nothing yet. Long natural gas. Natural gas pretty quiet. Pretty tight stop on natural gas, 79.45. We're sitting at 80.15. Target is going to be 80.95. Yeah, that's a good analogy. It is. Trading is, yeah, yeah. Trading is like it does take a lot of discipline. It's like everybody loves cake. The question is, can you step away from eating too much cake? It is. It is a lot of discipline. And a big part of trading is knowing when not to trade. I mean, there's not always. Don't think there's always opportunities. Don't think there's any tool out there or whatever. There's nothing out there that's going to allow you to trade in all conditions. That's where the experience comes in. That's when, looking at the market and saying, okay, is this market, whatever it is, whether it be a currency pair or you're trading the S&P 500, is it acting normal? Or am I seeing an unusual amount of volatility? I mean, volatility is not necessarily bad, but what kind of volatility is it? I mean, are we just whipping around all over the place? Is it normal? Is this a normal way that the market usually moves? All those things are going to only come through screen time and watching the markets and watching the interrelationships of the different markets. And no one say, hey, you know what? This market is not acting normal. It's a little schizo today, so I'm going to stand aside and wait for things to calm down and get back into it. That's what all successful traders do. They don't take every little signal that comes along and thinks it's going to be a winner, because that just doesn't. If that was the case, you could automate the process, and I've never seen anybody automate the process. Meaning these robots, you put your money into it, all of a sudden they're going to make you all kinds of money. Well, folks, that doesn't exist. If it existed, don't you think all these big stock trading houses would do it? You think they'd be trading? Would they be paying these traders to trade these big funds millions of dollars if all they had to do is put in some sort of program and let it go? So if the big houses aren't doing it, then I think that kind of tells you something. All right, just real quiet. Just about another 2 minutes to go here. We'll have the opening bell. Dow's going to open up pretty strong, I think, to the downside. I mean, we could see this Dow opening up 500 lower. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, 1 minute to go before the opening bell. Everything on the charts is down right now. Not only thing we have going on the long side is this natural gas. All right, Dow's down 220. Nope. Yeah, 211. Alright, still holding longer on natural gas. Trying to get 80.95 target on this natural gas. Watching a buy possibly coming up on Apple. Watching Apple for a possible buy. It'll get triggered at 164.13. Put a little line in there. 164.13 is going to be our trigger to buy the buy Apple. All right, just still long natural gas. Want to see if we can hit a target here of 80.95. Watching gold. Possible gold coming in closer to a buy. Okay, getting a buy on LNTH. Buy on LNTH, one of our stocks down here with a target of 73.62. 73.62. If we don't hit 73.62, that would reverse at 72.12. So LNTH stock is in a buy right now, 73.62. May get triggered on Apple AAPL for a buy. Natural gas approaching targets at 80.75 right now with 80.95 target. Just got triggered on Apple for a buy. Target on Apple is going to bring it up to 164.63. If we need to reverse on Apple, we're going to reverse down here at 163.13. All right, so we're long Apple, we're long LNTH on our two stocks, nothing on Tesla, nothing on the indices, still nothing on gold then. Still waiting for natural gas to hit our profit target. Dow's down to 173. The euro short that we took, by the way, did not work out. I just noticed that. So we sold the 0159. That did get stopped out. So out of that. So no go on the euro. Euro did a flip on us.
Profit target hit.
All right, so we just hit target on natural gas.
Profit target hit.
Okay, our stock LNTH just hit target out of that. We may get a buy coming up on the mini NASDAQ. Gonna watch that. Still long Apple, target 164.63. I'm watching the mini NASDAQ.
Profit target hit.
Watching mini NASDAQ for a potential buy coming up. Apple the stock just hit target out of that. Watching the mini NASDAQ getting ready to enter. Which is NQ. Watching NQ, potential entry coming up. Long NQ, NQ just went long. All right, target on that NQ, which is your mini NASDAQ, is going to bring us up to 132.45. So 132.45. If we need the reverse, it's going to be down here at the 130, 132 and a half. Okay, the only thing I have on right now is going to be that NQ, which is the mini NASDAQ, along the mini NASDAQ. Down to 146 still. Looks like Tesla wants to come down lower here. If you're a short trader, well, I'll give you an entry on that short. Got a short coming up possible on Tesla. All right, I think we're getting a short on that Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's getting a short right now. Let's get a target on that. See what it comes down to. Okay, Tesla's going to project down to 898.80, 8988, 898.80. All right, so Tesla's short. Still long natural, still long, no, not natural gas, still long mini NASDAQ. Dow's down 135, slowly working up. Wouldn't be surprised to see it up for the day. Tesla's short, 898.80 is our target on Tesla. Once again, if you just want to be a buyer in stocks, that's fine, you can do that. Don't take shorts. This would be an opportunity to just stand, stay on the sidelines. Let's see if we hit our target down here at 898.80. It is a $5 move projected down, so let's see. We are starting to get there. All right, still long the mini NASDAQ. Tesla, seeing if Tesla will come down to this 898.80. So those on YouTube and Facebook, thank you for joining me this morning. Let me know you enjoy this morning show. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. We'll keep you updated on any new videos. As I mentioned yesterday, we are going to be having a name change here on the 15th. So our name is changing, and the reason for that is we're rebranding, and we're going to be offering a lot more products. Not only stocks, we'll be looking at futures, commodities, we'll be looking at cryptos, of course, Forex. So the idea is to offer you tools that you can use with whatever kind of market you enjoy trading in. I obviously have my favorites, but my favorites may not be your favorites. I know a lot of people like stocks, and it works just as well in stocks. So, and if there is a particular stock you want me to look at during the morning show, just, put it in the chat here. I'd be glad to take a look at your stock and see what I see. Or a commodity, if you're a commodity trader, or what I see coming up for commodities, I'm going to be glad to do that. All right, so still along the mini NASDAQ, slowly working its way back up again. Yeah, somebody asked, will Elon Musk ever take SpaceX public? I think so. Yeah, I think that's a given. I think that's going to be a given. Okay, watching RTY, one of my favorites, getting ready for a possible buy on RTY. Dow's only down 91 right now, so that's going to help push up. Should help push up this RTY for a possible buying opportunity. RTY once again is your mini Russell. Okay, I'm watching this mini Russell, see if we're going to get triggered to a buy. It's real close to hitting. I'm taking a long position here at 1899, 1900. Okay, RTY just got triggered long, so RTY is now long. RTY once again is going to be your mini Russell. This is one of my personal favorites, so I love RTY. Target on RTY is going to bring us up to 1904. That's going to be my profit target. And if I need to reverse for some reason RTY, I'm going to reverse down here at 1889. All right, so I have a mini Russell long. We have our mini NASDAQ long. Tesla trying to get down to 898.80 as a target. We're at 900 right now. Not seeing anything on the currencies. I think Tesla's getting ready to hit its target here. That was a $5 projected move.
Profit target hit.
And Tesla just hit its target. So once again, the method that I'm using here is that I teach in one of our packages is called the Einstein. That is what I'm using on these stocks to project these entries and profit targets and reversals. RTY working its way up the target of 1904. Looks like Apple possibly is going to go higher. I'm not actually getting a buy signal, but next level up on Apple is going to be 165.13. 165.13 is next level up. Gotta love that RTY. Come on, RTY. Working its way up. Down 94. Let's see, down 96 on the down. You're welcome, Glenn. Thank you. So thanks, Glenn, to our moderator. We appreciate all that you do, sir. You're also one of our students, and I know you also are a trader. Love the action. Good action today, right? Really good action. Looks like I missed a good buying opportunity on the yen. Darn it. I missed the buy on the yen over here. Try to keep up with as much as I can, but when I'm looking at 10 different markets, sometimes I just can't get to everything. But once again, the idea is just to demonstrate here. Don't suggest anybody try to trade like this unless you understand the my method, and then even that, don't trade more than two. That's all you really need, is focus on one or two markets you like. Focus on those. All right, RTY just hit its target. God, love RTY. So RTY is out. RTY, which is the mini Russell. So that did hit target. Still holding on to this mini NASDAQ. We already hit target on Tesla. Next level up on Apple. What did I say here? 165.13. Possible buy coming up on gold. We're getting up to the top of the hour, so, and we are almost at the top of the hour, so we'll be watching for that gold. Students, please continue on. Stay in the live chat room. We'll continue on and watching these markets, watching these levels. Those that have been joining us this week on YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much. If you have any questions, the website is still up, binaryprostrategies.com. Also, I have a special up until the 15th. We will be making a name change on the 15th of this month. So there's a lot of good, all the videos, all the training material is still on the old site. We'll give you a discount if you want to come on over and jump in and get those discounts before we switch to the new site. If you're an existing student, everything just going to be automatically transferred over. So you still have access to username, passwords, everything on the new site. So wish everybody have a great weekend. Be careful, be safe, stay cool. It's hot here in Texas, man. We've been over 100 every day. It's just brutal, really bad. Everything's burning up here. But any questions? Yeah, once again, just go to my website and check out some of my videos on YouTube. Until Monday, be safe, and y'all take care, and we'll see you then.